775 million people in the world are illiterate, of which 152 are just children. Children like me, children like you, children even younger. In the US alone, only 13.6% of disabled children actually go to school. 28 million girls do not have access to basic education due to gender roles in their society. I'm Hamdan Dar, the head chair of SDG 4, and in this video we will be discussing issues just like these. First of all, you might be asking yourself the question, why are we talking about education in SDG 4? Well, this is because SDG 4 is all about combating problems with education around the world, be it lack of education, be it quality of education, be it no education at all. SDG 4 is here to solve that problem, and we help the people get the education that they require and they deserve. Education should not be seen as a privilege. It should be seen as a basic human necessity and right. Today's issue in this committee is all about the quality of our education. Things like the classrooms that we go and learn in, to the equipment that we are given, to even the locations we go to learn. As you may have seen in the photo roll before the video had started, some may shock you. As seen in the photo roll before, this is a photo of a school in Yemen. Now, these children who live in 24/7 conflict do not look at school the same way as we do. You might look at school as a place to learn. I might look at school as a burden that I have to do. Some other people might look at school as their second home. Well, those some other people are these children. They come to school not just to learn or to socialize. They come to escape from reality, which is war for them. And when they come back to their escape, all they're greeted with is another sign of reality. These children come to school so that they could live a better future, so that their children do not have to go through the same thing that they're going day in and day out. Piles of rubble around where the children are sitting, holes in the ceiling where rocks are falling onto the group of children, looking straight ahead, a cliffside where children could fall easily. The teacher standing in front of the children with tears in her eyes. As the children do not have chairs to sit on nor have tables to write on, children do not have books to read or pencils to sharpen. These children have been stripped away of one of the biggest rights we have, the right to an education. Although it may seem that these children have no hope for a better education in the future, that is completely false. There are many upon many of organizations and institutions that are fighting and doing their best to get these children an education. And now we will be discussing some of those organizations and some of what they have done. As you can see in your research report, that is also included in heavy detail. Well, disability was one of the main factors of this issue, and we talked about it, how 13.6% was the number of disabled children that go to school. Only 13.6%. Well, Mobility International USA, or MIUSA, its goal is to change that and increase the number of children who are disabled to go to school. The organization has not only had an impact in the USA, but has facilities in over 135 countries with 2,300 alumni just from 2016, so 5 years ago. It's funded over 30 groups and introduces scholarships, classes, and facilities in these various countries. And by 2017, they added 5,000 children to their 2,300 number. MIUSA is providing schools with ramps, providing schools with qualified personnel to help these children with disability. And there's a fact at the bottom right, 1 in 3 out of school children have some sort of disability, and having only 13.6% of them attend school is shocking. So MIUSA has played a great impact in bringing these children back into school where they belong. Now we move on to the World Bank Group. Now, the World Bank Group is focused on ending poverty, and they have done so by splitting what they have to do in targets, and one of them includes inclusive education. And they have been very successful with what they have done. They provided $3 billion to education alone, and that was just in 2019. And now those $3 billion are worth $16 billion. So you can see what they're doing is not having a small impact. It made $13 billion in profit. For example, Punjab Skills Development Project, and 52,000 students in Pakistan had were enrolled into school off the streets. Now, where the World Bank Group does not only give money to schools to get children back in, they give money to schools so they can improve their quality of their materials and their facilities, and help build back high quality schools to give high quality education. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll leave you with just this thought. Imagine if all these children in this video were given the same level of education that we are given today. This will make such an impact in the future. It could have a possibility of ending wars. It could end a possibility of having things like racism, as people will be more educated on the things that we learn as students.